This is the one John B drives, and it has a bit of an issue that the spring is gone.
Bit of a list.
Now, a little bit of a running joke here that we have our 7, 8, 10 seat all fully rebushed. It's your clock, Mick.
Do it again there.
Yeah. Oh, for God's sake, what's going on there?
I don't know which one it was.
Is it jammed in this corner, is it?
It seems to be it could be too tight in the latch spot.
Welcome back to Finnegan's Farm, welcome back to the YouTube channel, and welcome back to Workshop Wednesday. My name is Paul, and this is our team.
Hello, I'm Mick and I'm the mechanic.
Hello, I'm Kaylem Russell and I'm the mechanic.
Hello, I'm Sean, I'm the apprentice mechanic.
Hello, my name is Marco, I love to weld. This is Bruce, this is Blake, them two best students.
Don't forget to like, subscribe to the videos, and comment if you want, and we will get back. So, in for repair today, we have our John Deere 7810. We have another 7810. Where'd you come from?
Yes, hello, how are you getting on?
We also have Kaylem Russell back on the job again, and that's why we have so many yokes in the workshop for repair, because we've been sitting up this last few weeks when you were away. Anyway, you're back from Tralee for that bit of a stint.
Yeah.
You got on well, learned loads, partied hard, and he's ready for. So what have we in for else for repair today? We have
What should we have? A John Deere.
We have a Ford Ranger, we have a BMW, we have a 6930.
Finish the fast track, double 7, 8, 10.
Oh, look at lads, there's loads going on here. So we'll head over to Sean, will we? Sean is the main man anyway, Kaylem. He's only going to give him a hand, so we'll head over to Sean first. So Sean, 6930 in for a little bit of a service. Yeah, it's that time of year and we're just getting the tractors ready. This one is heading for
The stoner.
Yes, you're going to head for the destoner on the CS150. So, a full service on that is
Fuel filters, oil filters, air filter, you have your hydraulic filter, and you have your transmission as well, so you do.
Right.
So there's 14,547,4.
Yeah, so there's over 14,500 hours on this tractor. It's 2011, so it definitely wasn't idle in its lifetime.
No.
But that's the sort of hours you can get out of these babies there if you do
I'd say
look
it was
after
idle outside with Kaylem on it.
Yeah, maybe so, yeah. He wouldn't like you to hear to say that, but
No, sure.
right, so what else? We have the tyres, took the wheels off it because we're putting a set of new tyres on it.
Yeah.
And these are just temporaries on at the minute, but we had some leaks
There was a leak. I don't know if you met the water pipe that I did for the heating and the cold air.
Yeah.
The pipe that I fitted there, she was, how do I say it? She's a wee bit loose, and she was weeping out, but just made a wee bit of a mess, so just tighten her up.
And there was an eye leak on it as well.
There was an eye leak as well,
Yeah, we sorted that out as well.
Yeah.
So, look, that's how we're doing. We have a seat maybe to go into as well. On this one here, we have a lot of play on this tractor was in the hedge cutter as well, and that's what it was formerly doing in its previous lifetime. But the old seat now has seen better days, so we will probably look to put a new base on it rather than put a complete new seat on it, and that should tighten that up. Apart from that then, it's just a matter of clean down. There is little bits of sticks in that have fluid from the hedge cutter in around the tank, in around here, which we will have to clean out because there could be a little bit of a fire hazard, and we certainly don't want that to happen. So yeah, that's the 6930. On the far side, beside the 6930, the 7810 is also back now. It was in storage there over the winter.
Yeah.
First step of the key. First step of the key is she starts, and again, it has high hours in this tractor.
Yeah.
It's our own original tractor, auto power, and yeah, we really like this one out. This is Carl's baby there when he gets up his stoner.
Yeah.
So again, it's a full service. Air, hydraulic, oil filter start to be changed.
Exact same as
6910. And I think everything else is good enough to go on it.
Kaylem's on the arms, he's setting the arms to the stoner, showing the rattle side to side through them, so we just put the spacer right.
Yeah, so after that then she should be okay. There is small few little bits maybe. No, not too bad actually in the cab there now. So just going to the back of the 7810 now, there is a few small issues here that we do have to sort out. Kaylem's on the job. What are you doing here?
So the hitch is the first thing I knew that needs attention. So this being on the top, naturally enough, our holes, well, there were stuff with clay, but you have to clean them out because you'd see it regular enough where they'd build up with clay, and then the two plungers won't go down into the holes and won't lock the tray, so you could be driving up the road, and even with the play in bushings and whatnot, it can come out.
Yeah, so you're relying on the ram really to keep it in, which is really not ideal.
So
yeah, because as you can see, that one is completely gone, and the hitch cable is gone here as well, and that's because of the work it was doing. It was working on the topper, and again it was on the top of ridges, and you know, it's just one of those jobs that the hitch cable is not in a fantastic area.
No,
and it's very open to getting either a clip or a belt, or then it gets full of muck and the boys are pulling them and generally break it.
I think that's what happened here. I built up a clay at the back of it, and someone was forcing, but there was nowhere for it to pivot on. But yeah, we can get a hitch cable on it, but we've done that temporary just to get it going. Time.
What else here on the arms? I see here you're doing.
Yeah, so on these tractors you don't have stabilizers or stabilizer brackets even to mount them onto. So you just use these wear plates, and you can kind of shim them up to suit. But it all depends on the job you're doing, because normally with the other kind of stabilizers, it doesn't matter. You can set them up as you go. But with these, you pretty much just have to set it up to the job. So on the centre to centre on the balls on the destoner, we measured at about 40 inches.
Yeah.
And we've set this in. What I like to do is about half an inch narrower. So you go to the outside of it and then measure to the inside. And just there now, we're measuring 40 inches there now. I was measuring 39, but it's kind of.
Well, do they as they go down? No, they're the same as they go down. They might.
They will kind of once you'd set the arms level generally on the destoner, and that's where we're getting a measurement. But you always want it in slightly narrower than the weight of the balls, so once it's on it, it's
locked tight. And it's also important to keep that level, the angle or the height of it there, because with the PTO running across the arms, it can be inclined to. Has happened a few times.
I've seen it myself once
where the arms comes up and increases the PTO.
There's one dial in the cab for the max height, and that's probably the most important dial when it comes to destoning.
And then we had the Power Beyond last year, didn't we? Got this.
Yeah, we got it fitted last year
in Kilberry, and it's just still not right. So it's not.
No, the output of it just isn't 100%. But when it is working, it's a superb job.
Yeah. So the advantages of the Power Beyond, as regarding having your lever pulled all day, is.
Well, when you're on your spool valve, you're only using your two pipes, and when you pull your spool valve, you have full pressure going back to your destoner. So
what we can often find happening was that the oil would heat up, especially on a hot day when you'd be working it, lever pulled all the time, oil would heat up. There's all funny things when oil gets hot.
Yeah.
Whereas the likes of this is just when you need it, it's only there when you need it. So the certain times would be at the end at the run where you have to lift it up, change over your cross conveyor. So you've no hydraulics needed, so there's probably no point.
But with that, we have a constant circulation that's going through, and we have a 20 bar pressure back to a load sensing line. So it'll put pressure back, and it will put the pump out to full output or whatever output it has to go out to.
Yeah, so that's certainly we have to get that looked in. We have it in all the other tractors. It's just this one we retrofitted. Well, no, the lads in Kilberry put it in, but I don't know, there's something just not
it
quite
works,
right.
But just
it works, but the output is low, so we do have to check that one out. So that's really it. Once we get that sorted on that, that's that tractor ready for the stoner. So our Ford Ranger is in once again. This is the one John B drives, and it has a bit of an issue that the spring has gone.
Bit of a list.
Now, a little bit of a running joke here that the spring has gone because John B we put a new one in the far side, and we thought that was definitely John B lying over on that side, so it propped him up, and now he's fallen over into the passenger seat, so we have to replace the one on the far side. So big job put on.
Well, a lot more so. The other side was very straightforward. This one was a dog.
Yeah.
The front swinging bushing, the bolt spun, seized in the bushing, the steel bushing in the spring. With the result, I had to cut the two heads off and spread the chassis.
To get it out.
Just a peak to get out, because your fuel tank right beside me is plastic. You don't want going sparks hitting that. But it's out anyway. We're nearly there.
Nearly there. So nearly spring on, wheel on. John B be sitting straight up down the road. You wouldn't know what to do.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
That's a different mega spring.
Yeah. It's 6 o'clock, Mick.
Do it again there. Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake. What's going on there?
I don't know which one it was.
Is it jammed in this corner, is it?
It seems to be too, it could be too tight in the latch spot. We'll try.
We'll try.
It's very far out on it. Isn't it? See, it's right out on the edge.
Jesus.
Worse.
This is worse. Hold on, what catches this now?
Huh?
What does that do?
Here. Look.
You pull it over.
Yeah, pull it again. I'll open the back cover and see if the linkage gone long. It's gone short.
We're there. We're moving to there. Let's try that and see.
So we have our 7, 8, 10 seat all fully rebushed, and it is lovely and springy up and down. No more movement, just nicely there. But there is another problem with the tractor, is that the front suspension is not working out, and maybe that's the result in what happened to the seat, because maybe we were bouncing around it too much. Wore the seat out. Did you find anything yet?
Well, electrically the front of it, potentially I'm going to do. We normally build up with clay and will break off. But our arm is fine, it's reading fine for where the suspension is. So I'm looking now at this valve block, and I think I'm after finding a solenoid open socket here now by pure chance. I've never caught something on camera like that before, but
I know, you only made it. Kaylem. You had this already
plugged in. I know. Just to tell you one thing now, if that is it now, we're lucky.
We're laughing, yeah. So it might be as simple as something like that. I know the ones that we in on the destoners there, sometimes that rod can get dirty in that because it's on the ridge all the time, and the muck can build up behind it.
Yeah, they're very prone for it with building up with clay, and it'll break off the arm.
This one wasn't on the... No, this one wasn't on the... You've mixed up on all these tractors.
Yeah, there's too many of them to look at.
Yeah.
You forget which one you're on, really.
Yeah, you're getting a bit like Mick now.
Yeah, and tell you all I'm missing now is the headlight, only I wouldn't be that fond of wearing the things, but...
that'll be only a matter of time, Kaylem.
Sure, look, I suppose. And
Sean is his on already, and he's younger than you.
I'm fighting the case now so far, so I am, I think.
Hey, what have you found there?
This one here now, it's very hard to get a reading.
It's a lovely handy spot down there too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's perfect just to try and get your little probes in and see. There's 10 ohms, and I had 10.8 and I had 11 ohms in the other one. I'll have to check the data, but I have to do them are the same. They're probably right anyway, so I'm not too concerned about that. But I can still swap the two solenoids across from each other, but I don't think I'm going to make much odds. But we keep investigating, keep digging.
Yeah, keep digging that another bit further. So Sean is here putting the floor back in the 7, 8, 10. We have found the problem why the front suspension wasn't working.
Yeah.
And what is it?
Crankshaft position sensor. Well, not position sensor, but speed sensor.
So it needs to be, obviously,
yeah, she needs
traveling before it'll rise up.
Yeah, it needs to detect that. Well, it needs to detect engine RPM for it to work in the first place. There's no engine RPM up in the dash, so it's better fix that first, and here we go.
Yeah. So a simple fix for today. It doesn't come round that often.
No.
But we'll take it.
Yeah, the floor didn't even need to come out, but anyway.
Yeah, we had to check it first anyway, so that's what we boiled down to.
Yep.
So for anyone who doesn't recognise this, it's actually the gear stick out of a BMW. Now we have one
Them things again.
on the farm. Good old machine. Mick doesn't like them. Bit of a Toyota man, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
But anyway,
too much electronics.
We have forced them in to have a look at it. As you can see, it's a little bit floppy. It's all over the place. And if anyone has any comments on what could be wrong or how to fix it, we're on the... Just going to take out these screws here to see is there anything in there that we might fix.
Anything obvious?
Obvious. Now it might be out of our control here or a little bit out of our depth here, but and like this, Mick just loves the challenge, don't you, Mick?
Well, sure, you have to keep the day going, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Keeps the day going.
Keeps the mind thinking, Mick, isn't that it?
There we have it.
So a couple of more screws, and we might just see a little bit more. Now we have it marked here because there is a clatter of screws.
There's a wad more in the Jeep.
And the tips and tricks maybe for this week is having a little magnetic tray on a job like this that you're able to put
brilliant. And you can sequence the way you took it apart.
Yeah. So it's very handy to have the magnetic tool, and he has them, as you can see, two here. Sequencing.
I'm starting there. They'll be going back last. These will be going back first.
Yeah. So the magnetic tray is just ideal for this job.
But great, even when you're on a tractor, you can fire the bolt at them and it sits on it.
Nick, you shouldn't be fired in the bolt after. You should be placed in the bolt.
When you're pulling this under your fire, just hold on now, because springs or anything could fly here.
Oh God. Does this top piece have to come off?
I don't know.
So we unveil here. There's a little...
Now I'm getting wary. I just don't want to break that. What's that down there? Look.
There's something down there.
See the white thing down there in the bottom? Off the bottom of this. Just hold it there, Paul. Yeah. I had a little surgical grip so it broke. It was a gift for anything like this.
Yeah.
You've seen it many a time, I'm sure. I think it's busted.
Seems to be the problem.
Yep.
That should be part of.
It's broken off that side. Don't know where around it, say, Paul.
Was it?
I see, well, going on the, see the grooves down there, mind that little cable.
So it should say, oh yeah, because it's tapered in now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So really we need to locate one. So listen lads, anyone can come across a second-hand gear stick for a, what year is that, 2010?
Yeah.
X5
3-litre diesel.
3 litre, he gives a shout there, because otherwise we'll be ringing around the place and some lad might have it sitting up in his yard maybe, not using, because there's plenty of these around anyway. So, give us a shout, guys. So now it's time for tips and tricks, tips and tricks. So in this week's tips and tricks we are joined by Sean here, who has
Magnet finger.
a magnet finger. How does this work, Sean?
Well,
Or a magnetic finger?
magnetic finger, yeah. Right, you have a glove and you have a small magnet that will fit into the glove.
Yeah.
Simple as.
And that's like having a screw like this.
If a screw fell down, you can't get that out with a magnet.
maybe around in a corner or something like that.
Buried somewhere, you can only get your finger to touch.
So we'll say it's at the back of this big pulley here.
Yeah.
So it's sitting there. Now you couldn't get a magnet in around it, so you're putting your hand around it here.
Yeah. Simple as.
Look at that. Magic finger, Sean. Maybe leave that in all the time, Sean. Be handy, wouldn't it? Huh? That's one for Russell there that he might be come across for the Kaylem lad. Yeah. Turn around, Mick, there.
Yes, boss.
So last week...
Oh, good luck. My stomach is growling.
Right, okay. So last week's Mick's mystery tool was in fact a big bag knife, and we're going to head over to Jan from Yara, who's sponsored the hat there, and he's going to demonstrate how it actually works. Right, Jan, the advantages of having something like this.
Well, the advantage of having this is it's primarily safety, Paul. It's a big benefit, or it's a big thing that we're focused on as well as yourselves. So just you hook it in, you pull it across, it falls in, you retract the blade back in again, job done. So it's safety, speed.
Need to give this to Hubbles now. I know the other day he kind of laughed at me when I gave it to him, but then after using it a few times, you know, he'd no fertilizer down his sleeves, and you know, he really liked it then. So that's it, Hubbles. You keep using it. It might be a little bit big in the cab, but still in all.
But for the safety point of view, it's well worth it. That yeah.
And it has
sharp.
much of an uptake on these, would there be?
There is, yeah. So how you get them is that there's a rewards program on the website, so yara.ie rewards program, and then the point of that is that you can upload your dockets, and then you get points for different products, and you get more points for certain products. But if you get enough points, then you get a big bag knife. So it's roughly two lorry loads of Axan, nitrogen with sulphur. It'll get you a big bag knife.
Okay, so that's one website to go onto there, lads, you know, and it's good fertilizer too, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Jan. So well done to the 3 correct answers here. We have C. Massey, 165, William Clark, and Stefan Paulisnik. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's something like that anyway. Well done, lads. Fair play to yourself for getting it right. It wasn't a very difficult one, but it's a very, very safe option there for opening the bag. This week's Mick's Mystery Tool, and by the way, this is going to be the last week of Mick's Mystery Tool for a while, because he's running out of ideas here and he needs to build them all up. So we're going to do something different next week, lads, so stay tuned to that one. What is this, Mick? It's a mystery, yeah, I should know. Anyway, lads, first 3 correct answers will be on the board next week, and the best of luck. It's not... we can't give any clues, we're sorry. So that's it for this week's Workshop Wednesday. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the videos there, comment what you want. We will get back to you. So from everyone here at Finnegan's Farm, we'll talk to you all next Wednesday.